JiHan knew about a super strong player from China named Xianyuhua. She had a special ability that got stronger over time, just like Seah's. JiHan couldn't believe it at first. Seah's weak ability was actually amazing. Seah tried a gift from JiHan and was surprised that it could become even stronger. It turned out to be a special hidden item. JiHan gave Seah the gift for her birthday. With this item, Seah's training would be twice as effective. Seah was happy and excited. JiHan told her she could become a super strong player with this gift. Seah was so shocked she started to cry. JiHan comforted her and promised to get her the best gift ever. Seah had a tough life. Her dad left her, and people were mean to her because of it. JiHan knew Seah probably wanted to be known for her own skills, not just as the abandoned daughter of the Sword King. JiHan guessed Seah was worried about getting a bad gift, so he gave her a special handkerchief. He let her cry as much as she needed because life had been hard for her. Seah decided she wouldn't cry anymore. She wouldn't even have time to cry. She thought to herself, Uncle JiHan is amazing. It's like he can see the future. JiHan just smiled and said he was lucky. Seah is feeling better and hungry. JiHan promises to cook her a delicious meal, making her happy and relaxed. Meanwhile, Sue is having a meltdown. She's completely bald after her hair-burning incident and blames JiHan for it. When her driver arrives with CCTV footage, Sue sees something that makes her even more upset. In the footage, Seah appears sad and lonely. Sue sees this as a weapon to destroy Seah's reputation by sharing it with the media. Blinded by anger, Sue doesn't realize this is a bad move. In the next scene, the golden streamer is thinking about how he spent many days thinking deeply after the person he admired rejected him. Viewers commenting on JiHan's stream notice the golden streamer. He saves JiHan from an evil and bad-tempered flame magician and some cowardly members of the Eagles Guild. He's been meddling with anyone who tries to bother JiHan. Now, he realizes his destiny is to become JiHan's manager. He begs JiHan to read his messages. Meanwhile, JiHan in the game kills a red blood zombie using his phoenix spear. He single-handedly takes care of all the zombies while his teammates relax and eat popcorn on the tower. Using his swift footwork and nameless divine arts, JiHan defeats the zombies, and the game ends with him in first place again. Now JiHan has reached level 25 and can participate in the promotion match for the Silver League. Having finished first in the Bronze League, JiHan earns the title Ruler of Bronze and qualifies for the top 100 promotion match. His match is scheduled for August 25th. The top 100 global players in each league battle each other in the promotion match. Anyone who qualifies is guaranteed a promotion. But there's a special twist. The promotion match is a survival game where only one player can win and claim the top spot. It's a stage where the best player reigns supreme until the end. JiHan anticipated his promotion into the top 100 and expected to encounter Baron Williams, the top global bronze player from America first. He thought he'd meet Baron sooner in this life than he did before, but not this soon. JiHan worried about losing to Baron because he'd never managed to defeat him in his previous life. The key factor in JiHan's rise to the top 100 was likely his unique stat, force. Martial prowess was also significant, but before unlocking the nameless divine arts, it merely combined strength, vitality, and agility. The abilities like absolute domain, magic power fortification, and telekinesis couldn't compare to force, a power transcending reality. However, its effectiveness varied depending on the user. Baron's force was on an entirely different level, combining divine and magical power. From the outset, Baron possessed incredible magical prowess, enabling him to wield force at least twice as potent as JiHan's. Even with superior control, JiHan's abilities paled against Baron's sheer power. Ultimately, Baron ascended to the world's top rank through raw strength, despite his lack of finesse. JiHan trained rigorously, performing one-handed push-ups and other exercises to enhance his body. He knew he couldn't rely on luck alone to become the best. Even when Baron started in bronze, his magical prowess was legendary, comparable to that of diamond-tier players. While their abilities might be similar, trying to outmatch Baron in his specialty would be suicidal. Therefore, JiHan aimed to unlock the nameless divine arts. As he observed Baron, he couldn't believe this was the same person from his past life, now younger, yet unmistakably the same individual. Suddenly, Lady Li, the director of Twin Star Guild, called JiHan and asked him for another betting option. JiHan was surprised by her request. The next morning, Lady Li's female bodyguard called to escort JiHan to a meeting. Lady Li made him wait an extra 5 minutes, leaving her bodyguard curious about the delay. Lady Li had actually asked JiHan for some betting picks that morning, which surprised her bodyguard, who commented on JiHan's audacity. Lady Li told her bodyguard to be more polite and remarked on how much losing money hurt. Her bodyguard then asked what JiHan had said. Lady Li explained that JiHan had told her that despite facing tough competition, including the USA superstar Baron in the upcoming Global Top 100, she should bet on JiHan to come in first. Her bodyguard marveled at JiHan's confidence. Lady Li understood JiHan's reasoning, but her bodyguard wondered how JiHan could defeat someone who flew around and bombarded everything. Lady Li found herself thinking the same thing as her bodyguard. Despite being shaken by JiHan's accurate prediction of the Korea-Japan match, Lady Li decided to stick with her original plan to bet on Baron. Strangely, her bodyguard strongly felt the opposite. Lady Li asked her bodyguard what she was doing and whether she was achieving good results on BattleNet, as she had been putting in a lot of effort recently. However, her bodyguard seemed dissatisfied and hinted that there was something she wanted to discuss, but her hand was injured, so she asked for a favor instead. In the next scene, JiHan was examining his status window. He had met all the conditions, increasing his martial power to level 30, and his Wanderer's Eye had been activated. The constellation, Wandering Martial God, had sensed JiHan through his fragment. Everything appeared dark, but JiHan could feel its presence, reminiscent of when he had regressed before. The Wandering Martial God was watching JiHan, and they had finally reunited. The god recognized JiHan as his successor, having helped him greatly in his past life. The skill, Nameless Divine Arts, was being passed on to JiHan. Normally, support from a constellation came at a high price, but the Wandering Martial God had never asked anything of JiHan. Basic martial arts like 3 talents and footwork techniques like Lightning Thunder Step were being registered. Just as JiHan needed to reach 30 in martial power, the connection abruptly ended. The Wandering Martial God realized that JiHan had already unlocked the 3 elixir fields and became cautious of him. JiHan couldn't understand why such a powerful being in BattleNet would be concerned about this. Suddenly, the Wandering Martial God canceled the transfer of his martial arts and retrieved his fragment from JiHan. JiHan experienced intense pain and found himself back in his room. Checking his status window, JiHan saw that he had been ranked 7th in the world before his regression. He had faced a disaster just before the top 100 match and lost his special abilities,